The new kid on the block will also be the one with the most important role in the whole MCU, as he'll be the one to bridge the gap between Earth and the rest of the galaxy, not because of what he's capable of, but what has been bestowed upon him and by whom. With so much on the line, the MCU will gladly accept the human with Xandarian characteristics into their ranks, a powerful superhero, and a true leader in the time of need. The MCU will have a new cosmic explorer, and his name is Richard Rider, aka Nova. Now, you might not have known this, but he's probably the one that will change the MCU forever, reshaping it just by existing, his origin story, powers, and for what he stands because of everything above. Marvel Studios announced that there's a project already in development for the character, a movie or a series, we're still not sure. That's supposedly going to be released by the end of 2023. And while the before-mentioned Nova project has been in various stages of development so far, we think his time has finally come to leave his mark on the wider MCU. And before we move forward, we think that we should talk a little bit about who Nova is before we turn our heads as to how he has already been set up in the MCU. After the destruction of Xandar, Nova Corpsman Rhomann Dey desperately bestowed his powers to a random Earthling, a teenager named Richard Rider, who, through his telepathic instructions from Dey, was given the rank of Nova Prime, giving him an even greater power level than the average office of the Nova Corps, who then went on to receive the Centurion outfit and was named the Human Rocket, serving as a hero of Earth before summoned to the stars once Xandar was rebuilt and the new Nova Corps reformed. His powers exceeded all of the other members of the Nova Corps, as he's the host of the Nova Force that allows him to access an immense amount of power that was previously distributed among the other members of the Nova Corps, and with the use of the Nova Force, he can become an incredibly strong opponent, which has been showcased in the comics, and him being able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of the Silver Surfer and even more powerful and more dangerous foes such as Annihilus. His energy output has to be one of his most powerful weapons in his arsenal, being able to simultaneously use energy blasts and use shields for protection. So yeah, he's a powerful individual, which is why regarded as one of the mightiest and purest superheroes Earth has ever seen. An individual that is just as an Earthling as he's a Xandarian, a cosmic connection not many characters in the Marvel Universe have. We mentioned before that Nova has already been set up in the MCU, while thanks to Avengers Infinity War, which foretold the destruction of Xandar from the side of Thanos, with him already having the Power Stone in his hand, an Infinity Stone that was kept on Xandar. When the Guardians rescued Thor, he confirmed that the Nova Corps, who were guarding the Power Stone, had all been slaughtered as well, giving us the perfect origin story of Nova, with the MCU to some extent following the character's history in the comics and bringing it straight to the MCU. This solid setup is more than enough for us to start talking about Nova, and how his debut in the MCU will likely change and reshape more things than you might all expect. Nova is coming, and it'll be the writer of Moon Knight, Sabir Pirzada, who will be taking over the confirmed project about the character, and let us tell you this, the excitement is already building despite the project being in the earliest stages of development. In the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, we were able to see the importance of the Nova Corps, the intergalactic peacekeeping group, who they are, and how they work. Now, we're still in the unknown if the Nova project is going to be a series or a movie, but a series could potentially offer a lot of potential for the MCU, as it could tell more about the character and all of his important phases through history. If Sabir Pirzada decides to follow Nova's origin story from the comics, then we'll see different sides of the character, the new hero's learning ropes, and all his mistakes and near misses, hence the nickname the Human Rocket, often bumbling through his adventures, not always knowing how to use his powers at the given moment. However, we've already seen this ground in the likes of Tom Holland's Peter Parker and the upcoming Ms. Marvel series featuring Kamala Khan. Instead, Pirzada could turn his head towards the later stages of Nova's life, where he has already become a developed, strong, and capable leader. With him having the experience to be joining in the upcoming The Marvels movie, we're more than sure that Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau will need all the help they can get. This could become a reality if elements of the Annihilation event get adapted into the MCU, with this period being the biggest moment of Richard Rider's life, as he was able to show his importance during it, an event that shattered half of the galaxy together with the newly built Xandar, from the side of Annihilus, one of the most formidable foes the Fantastic Four ever had. Plus, the current situation of the universe already being in a great deal of stress could prove to be the best time for Nova to deal with things. One of the biggest problems the MCU is facing right now is the fact that the Earth storylines have become so separate from those on the rest of the galaxy, making them seem unconnected. something the second part of MCU's Phase 4 will likely address, which is the most logical thing to do, especially considering how many alien invasions the movies have presented to us. Hence, with the new movies that are coming up in the MCU, and them focusing on life outside of Earth, it's the perfect timing for Nova to make his debut in the MCU, as he's probably the one character to fix this problem and bring the storylines of the galaxy and Earth together. Richard Rider is a human first, born in New York, who then becomes the commonly known superhero who goes by the name of Nova, with him being bestowed upon powers that he didn't even know he could have from the side of Dey, the last surviving Centurion of Xandar's Nova Corps, who transferred his powers to Rider. We're all familiar with the story of the normal high school student, the one who discovers that he has new powers and has no idea how to use them. It's a simple storyline that we've seen so many times. Nova's origin story is unique, not because of his powers or because of his personality, but because of the ties he maintains to the planet of Xandar, despite him being a human from Earth. And this is why he'll probably be the game changer, the character to bridge the gap in the MCU storylines that take place on Earth and throughout the galaxy, with him being present in both scenarios on the front lines. No matter what the case may be for the character moving forward, Nova's background makes him the perfect candidate for the job, the one who'll bring Earth stories to the galaxy at large and bring the galaxy at large back to Earth, something that the MCU desperately needs right now. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below what are your thoughts on the character. Where do you think he's been during the events of the Avengers Endgame, as he was already appointed Nova Prime before the snap even happened? Was he blipped? Feel free to share your thoughts on this. Oh, and also according to you, where do you see him making his debut? What's the upcoming movie or TV show you see him making a cameo in before the already confirmed project for him? But also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Until then, take care and be happy.